What if I told you the phone you thought you needed, the flagship Pro model, might actually be less impressive than its more affordable sibling? Xiaomi just launched their 14T series, and the real story here isn't about groundbreaking new tech. It's about surprising parity and a battle for your wallet. You know Xiaomi for pushing boundaries, especially with their T series, giving us flagship-level features at a more accessible price. This time, they introduced the Xiaomi 14T and its big brother, the 14T Pro. On the surface, both phones got quite the beauty treatment compared to last year's models. And what's even better, we're already seeing some interesting price drops. The 14T, for example, started at 649 euros, but you can find it for well under 400 euros now. This makes it an incredibly attractive option in the mid-range market. But does going for the cheaper one mean you're compromising? Let's find out. When you hold these phones, you immediately notice a difference. The standard 14T presents a straightforward, almost iPhone-esque silhouette with a plastic frame and a subtly matte finish. You even get a cool green variant with a leather-inspired textured back. But then you pick up the 14T Pro. It steals the show with its rounded glass back and a sophisticated matte aluminum frame. Both devices feature an IP68 rating, which means they easily handle dust and water splashes. So, in terms of pure premium feel, the Pro definitely pulls ahead. Now, let's talk about the display. Both phones boast a gorgeous 6.67-inch OLED panel with a sharp 2712 by 1220 pixel resolution and a super smooth 144 Hz refresh rate. Our team measures brightness in two modes, standard definition, which is what you see every day, and high dynamic range, for those vibrant photos and videos. Here's where the 14T throws a curveball. While it hits a respectable 1352 nits in SDR mode, for HDR content, it literally explodes with an eye-watering 3,674 nits. That's a record-breaking number, making HDR content on the 14T look incredibly vibrant. The 14T Pro is a bit brighter in SDR, but not quite as explosive in HDR. Comparatively, phones like Google's Pixel 9 series and Samsung's S24 models still lead in that everyday SDR brightness. But when you hit HDR, the 14T really shines. Under the hood, both devices pack MediaTek Dimensity processors. The 14T uses the Dimensity 8300 Ultra, while the Pro gets the more powerful Dimensity 9300 Plus. The Pro is undeniably faster in raw benchmarks, offering quicker app opening and overall snappier performance. But here's another interesting point. The standard 14T performs at almost the exact same level as last year's 13T, meaning it maintains a very good pace even if it isn't setting new records for itself. Battery life is solid across the board. Both phones house a 5000 mAh battery. In our intensive tests, the 14T lasted about 11 hours and 15 minutes, with the 14T Pro going on for another 16 minutes after that. Good numbers, but if you prioritize endurance above all else, Google's Pixel 9 phones still offer even longer usage. However, when it comes to charging, Xiaomi leaves the competition in the dust. The 14T charges at up to 65 watts, hitting 38% in just 15 minutes and a full charge in 53 minutes. The 14T Pro is even more impressive, reaching 65% in 15 minutes and a complete charge in a mere 41 minutes. That's incredibly fast. The Pro also adds wireless charging, which the standard 14T omits, and neither phone includes a charger in the box. Now for the big surprise, the cameras. Both phones feature Leica-tuned optics, and this is where the plot really thickens. The ultra-wide lens is identical on both. The main camera on the 14T uses Sony's IMX906 sensor, while the Pro has a slightly larger, more light-sensitive sensor. The telephoto lens on the 14T offers 2x optical zoom, while the Pro pushes it to 2.6x. You would expect the Pro to be significantly better, right? Well, in our extensive photo tests, the image quality of the 14T and 14T Pro received the exact same good rating. Even in challenging low-light conditions, the differences were minimal. In fact, for telephoto shots at a relevant 4x magnification, the 14T with its 2x optical zoom actually performed better than the Pro. While both offer crazy digital zoom, like 20x on the 14T and 30x on the Pro, honestly, the results at those extremes aren't pretty. Selfies are decent in good lighting, and the Pro edges out the base model with 8K video recording, while the 14T sticks to 4K 60 frames per second. Beyond the hardware, both phones run Xiaomi's HyperOS on Android 14. You can expect a generous 4 years of Android updates and 5 years of security updates, which is a great commitment. They also integrate Google's AI assistant, Gemini, with features like Circle to Search and fun onboard photo manipulation tools, like nearly 50 options to change the sky in your pictures. For connectivity, the Pro offers the newer Wi-Fi 7, while the 14T has Wi-Fi 6E. You won't find a headphone jack or an SD card slot on either, but they both include an IR blaster, Dolby Atmos, and clear stereo speakers. So, here's the thoughtful question you should ask yourself. When the Xiaomi 14T offers nearly identical display, battery, and camera performance to the 14T Pro, especially with its incredibly aggressive pricing, do you really need to Pro up? Or does the standard 14T represent the smarter, more compelling value, giving you most of the premium experience for significantly less money? Sometimes, the biggest upgrade isn't in the spec sheet, but in the surprising value. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Is the Pro designation becoming less meaningful? Let us know what you think in the comments, and remember to subscribe for more insights into the ever-evolving tech world.